Hi folks, how you're doing? This is your favorite host sjsrana reporting for November 9th at about 700 hours IST India Standard Time, so which is 7 a.m. India Standard Time. So this is November 9th, and as you know, I've been reporting you almost daily now, as for US elections were high on the pitch and also on the world events of World War III ongoing, which is Russia-Ukraine war, Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, sort of all these coming together. So these were main focus now, and basically we are looking at the sun right now, which is directly facing Earth. And as I predicted you 2 days ago, that there will be a lot of CMEs, major CMEs X-class, directed towards the planet Earth. Yes, folks, it has to come. A lot of state-sponsored terrorism is ongoing, so the sun has to do some terrorism also. When you see India having state-sponsored terrorism all around, innocent saints. Have decided the US president should be Donald Trump. So, folks, before I complete my coverage, this is my third coverage for the day because it's election special, and we're going to do some digging in. We're going to do some analysis. That's why I'm breaking up into three pieces. I've already covered two pieces today, and this is going to be some other dimension of the US election, how it's going to impact the people now and the world. So before I begin, as usual, I always have my personal disclaimer. So you can see I put it on my website, onewordpress.wordpress.com, which I'm running for almost 14 years, serving the humanity with a lot of insights, lot of future predictions, and a lot of Mother Nature wrath, which has to be averted or which they must be careful about. So as a personal disclaimer, I say sjsrana has never taken anything from in form of any way, which is cash, money, visa, international visa, bounties, car, vehicle. Yeah, no car, no vehicle, no property, nothing from the racist faces, devil's delivery agents of India, which have been serving constantly, relentlessly the. So in this November 9th, 2024 podcast video of mine, I'm going to cover some other topics, which is we are taking away and off from the US elections 2024 and the Republicans having a landslide victory. We are also going to delve into other major issues ongoing in the world, which even Trump has to deal with now, which is Russia-Ukraine war and NATO included, also Israel, Hamas, Hezbollah war. So all these topics which I'm covering are always posting on my oneworldpress.org site. You can see in front of your screen that I am sharing that snapshot. That this is on the site where I'm sharing all these articles. So you can always take a look. You can go back past 14 years. Yep, I've been reporting chief editor-in-chief for this site for last 14 years, folks. And I've been basically doing is it's like keeping journal, a logbook of the planet Earth. So I'm maintaining that sort of logbook. So people wonder why I have to report, why I'm doing all this. It is to serve the humanity, to give them the light where they are headed and where they are facing the devils and the spiritual devil war ongoing. So last 14 years there is a spiritual war now going on, and that spiritual war has ended. And though it will continue in the background, but now it's taken the world war front. So that's what I want to tell you. This revelation, I have revealed it 14 years ago also, lot many times. Now I'm revealing the spiritual war has almost ended. Spiritual war will continue in the background now. In the foreground now, you will see the world war as I predicted in October 2019 under the hashtag MAY 2020 WW3. Yeah, you can check back on Google, on archives, wherever you'll find these articles were there and still there on my oneworldpress.org site. However, since the World War III has begun, as I predicted in 2020, WW3 will begin in the month of May. As you can see, there were pathogens, lot of calamities were ongoing, and the pathogens, COVID-19, whatnot, were killing people. A lot of fatalities were reported across the globe. So the fatalities are there as a lesson to teach to the humanity, to the world, that better stay on the right track, don't follow the wrong track, or else everything will fall in the gorge. So the right track is the track of truth, truthfulness, truthful living, and be on the side of the goodness, compassionate grounds and on a good ground. Don't follow the deceitful people or have the company of deceitful, deceptive people, people who are belligerent liars, pathological liars. Don't follow them. Don't be in company of that people, or else you will be also getting maligned. And the Mother Nature wrath is next. So, folks, let's take a look what happened during the election. Yes, just before election day, which was on November 5th, 2024, as you are aware, 2 days before, 3 days before, all my accounts were hijacked. So my accounts, which I have listed here, you can see on the screen: fb.com sjsrana 555 and trust one must, and Instagram sjsrana. So all these accounts were hijacked just before the election, 2 days before the election. So you'll be surprised why 2 days before, because they didn't want me to speak the truth or tell what is going on and who will be the president, because I told you I'll predict the president and I'll tell you beforehand. And but before I could do that in the open, you can say freedom of speech, the state-sponsored terrorism of India, nexus with the Mark Zuckerberg organization, Criminal Cronies, who is running a lot of social media portals, the hijacking portals, which is Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. That will be stopped now, and his media portals will be split, because he is becoming all in all in social media. And that is never allowed by US administration. So I'll tell you, I predicted that Mark Zuckerberg will be facing wrath now, and his all the social media giants, the hijacking technique will be now hijacked by other people now. So because he has become belligerent, just like following criminal cronies, and that's how he could dare and hijack the account of human rights. So Mark Zuckerberg organization, Criminal Cronies, hijacked my account. This is this is front on the face of human rights, that these people have become so belligerent devils that they can hijack any account, and they call they are running social media. These people should not run a social media. Then they should have a private organization where they should not have anybody sign in on a social media. If it's a social media, if they're earning through the ads, advertisements, and whatnot, then they cannot just become a hijacker of the account. They cannot hijack. So if they are hijacking, then folks who are still on that on the social media of Zuckerberg, then they are also siding with the devils, because he has a devil plan, plain sight. He has a devil plan ahead. Anyways, folks, my topic was that this happened, but there are a lot of other players, key players in the world, which are trying to subdue, or they're trying to subvert, or they're trying to suppress the voices which are telling the truth. Recently, as you're aware, the Trump True Social Media, yeah, that's a meme, and that's some basically a little organization right now, media outlet, which is under the name of True Social Media, has come to limelight after Trump won election, and now you can see it's skyrocketing. The shares are skyrocketing, and the company has come to limelight. And that's what Trump intended, and so is Twitter, which is Elon Musk. So the Elon Musk Twitter, which is now known as X, formerly X, the X is a site where people can speak truth, and they'll not be under gag order or hijacked. So is the Donald Trump, who will become president very soon now, his True Social Media site. But guys, we got to be very careful by Mark Zuckerberg devil's agenda. This Mark Zuckerberg virus is spreading all across the world, and he's trying to hijack, he's trying to monopolize, he's trying to manipulate the data, the information, massage the information, and present to the world. So Mark Zuckerberg virus is a very, very lethal virus now. As I can see, if we can hijack my account, where I'm reporting for truth and for the world people, I'm not asking anything in favor. I'm only returning favor to the planet Earth, and I'm trying to unearth the devils. And one of the foremost devil, which is coming in my mindset now, after Trump has won, the devils will be basically wiped off, and the Mark Zuckerberg virus has to be wiped off. His accounts, his social media platform has to be split in many pieces. First thing that the US administration is going to do under Trump. And secondly, the Mark Zuckerberg virus has to be curtailed. And the others, alternative social media like true social media of Trump, which is another social media gaining, and Elon Musk's social media, which is X, must be promoted all across. And Mark Zuckerberg virus has to be abandoned. He is a bandit who is now going to launch Meta, and his virtual reality of Meta is also going to be something which is a devil. It will enter in your head, it will enter in your mindset, and it will malign your mindset just like Zuckerberg is. So the devil of Zuckerberg has to be curtailed now, folks. This is our agenda. And I'm directly confronting him because he is the person who has been exposed by God that he's a devil after he has hijacked my account. So whosoever does all these things, it's a direct hand of God saying, you have a battleground with the devil. So now the world has a battleground with virus of Mark Zuckerberg, his social media virus, where he's been seen promoting pornographic images, semi-nude females images in all his Facebook. You can see it will be promoted all the time. Even some child pornography has been seen in past, but now after the U.S. administration has directly intervened, the Congress, the high-headed Congress committee, which asks Zuckerberg what he's doing to prevent these images surfacing, and those young females and girls and even boys who are under 18 are getting exposed to Mark Zuckerberg virus of basically exposing nude and semi-nude pictures, posts on on Facebook, on Instagram openly. So, folks, that's something which the world has to pay attention now, and I'm pretty sure, I'm very confident Donald Trump with Elon Musk intelligence is going to do a lot of wonders in the world. The best benefit world has got is the Elon Musk has sided with Donald Trump. So I predicted 15 days ago, you can go and check my site, check my YouTube post on October 14th. I have already predicted that Elon Musk has endorsed Donald Trump. And since Elon Musk has endorsed Donald Trump, I told that the victory is already seen, because Elon Musk is something a gift to the humanity and to planet Earth. With his vision, with his farsightedness, and what he is trying to achieve is marvelous. And he is also not a person who is going to side with devil. He is basically staying ahead of his course, and he is also very watchful of that he doesn't follow the path of devils. Just like in past, like the best example you have is Mark Zuckerberg, the sex devil. The sex devil of Mark Zuckerberg is known to the world. I don't want to call him a pedophile or a sex maniac like Diddy Combs, or he's sex trafficking females like Diddy Combs, but I know what he's doing. I know everything. I don't need a CCTV camera. I don't need intelligence of Dovell of India to unearth what is going on. I can see from here. The dirty tactics of India Dovell secret agency is well known to the world. How Dovell is acting as a right arm to state-sponsored terrorism is also known. I've already now unearthed him. And because he's directly confronting with saints, innocents, his part is to do a duty to the nation of India to basically run intelligence for criminal cronies or terrorists or this organization. But if Dovell intelligence is basically trying to subjugate, suppress saints, innocents, and the original personality as sjsrana, he's trying to devise schemes, tactics, tricks, sex trafficking around my neighborhood and whatnot, surveillance 24/7, then this is not going to be the right thing. And he's aware of what I'm talking about. He has run 24/7 surveillance on me all the time. The intelligence of India and state-sponsored terrorism. They are always running that. I don't know for what reason. I'm not involved with any personalities, any person. I don't have any gathering. I don't follow. Whatever I do, I speak on the YouTube. I also tell you on my One World worldpress.com site. I already tell you that there's nothing hidden about me. I'm the person who is the most you can say exposing himself person, and still they have 24 by surveillance over me. What a disgrace India government is becoming. So unauthorized surveillance and extrajudicial surveillance is always a state-sponsored terrorism agenda, and it's always like a Hitler. So whenever a state is seen, I7 intelligence, I5 intelligence is aware that they always run 24 by surveillance over me. Whenever innocent saints are surveillanced by a state, by government, then you must call that government a Hitler government. No matter how white robe they are wearing, how much white clothes they are wearing, they are always Hitler government. They are always state-sponsored terror. Their terrorist state-sponsored terrorism is there because they are surveilling saints. They are surveillancing innocents day and night, and trying to see how we can malign that person. Why do they surveillance? Why they have 24 by surveillance over me? Because they want to gather the intelligence, and then they say, okay, on this time the person was not there, this time he was there, then let's put him under a blame. Let's implicate him under false cases. That's why they do it. So they can implicate me anytime in any false case, I tell you folks. Even though everybody is aware, I live my very peaceful, isolated life or spiritual life. And basically because I don't want to get intermingled with people in India most. Because 8 out of every 10 India population is downright corrupt, mostly morally, ethically bankrupt and pathological liars. So I stay away, folks. As you can say on your view graph, you can see I'm basically leaving today on November 9th. November 8th at about 12:15 a.m. p.m. 12:15 p.m. India Standard Time, or you can call 12:15 hours IST, India Standard Time, folks. So as I keep maintaining my log, because there are a lot of imposters, impersonators, thugs, scammers around my neighborhood, strangers many times. They come and like a devil, they will be around, and they will grab something from here, which is basically the bounties, cash, car, international visa, money, lottery. They'll grab and they'll run away. They are not from here. They'll come for temporary, just like a dacoit, just like a thief enters to your house. He's not here to stay. The thief or dacoit are not here to stay. They are only there to temporary for about few hours or few minutes and rob your things and run away. So when you see in your shop there's a dacoit, there's a thief, he'll only come for few minutes. He'll stay there, he'll rob, and he'll run away. So now I7 intelligence, I5 intelligence, and world leadership, including Putin from Russia, presidency from China, and right now Biden administration, former next will be the Trump administration. They're all aware. They're all aware what I'm talking. Over here, people have come like a thief, like a dacoit, and be around here for a few minutes, take away the bounties, like a thug, like a scammer, like a dacoit, like a burglar, and run away. So they don't stay here for long, folks. That's what I want to tell you. So people, I'm giving you that glimpse so that you can understand what kind of scammers, India scammers were scamming world leadership daily. The thugs, the impersonators, the trespassing morons, most of them trespassing morons, they were basically thugging, and a lot of them were also under state-sponsored terrorism agenda. So folks, again, as you can see, at the night time or about 2100 hours IST India Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. on November 8th, Friday, November 8th. You can see I'm coming from my errands. I had some important work to complete, so I'm returning back home, and I'm trying to park my car now. So as you can see, I'm about to close the gates, and I'm in my residence now. And no thugs, no scammers, no trespassing morons can be seen. The devils all run away. When I'm here, when I'm entering my house, or I'm outside of my house, you can see the devils run away, because devils, the trespassing morons of India, that the state-sponsored terrorism, trespassing morons or devils, sex devils, you can say the rapists will only come, will be seen around my neighborhood when I'm not seen. So because they fear the truth, the devils fear the truth. The devil have a fear about the saints or the saintly people. That's the reason why devil are never facing directly saints, because they don't have that leverage. The leverage that comes to saints and to innocent people of the truthful life, they don't have the leverage. They are at the bottomless pit, and these devils only come as a beggar, as a rapist, as a racist faces rapist, or as a trespassing moron, or as a beggar. You know, the India is famous. India has a lot of beggars population. India is famous for that. That India beggars population is huge. It is running in millions and millions, perhaps 10 million or 15 millions, which are evident beggars, which are like you can see on street. But I tell you, the begging is in tendency in the DNA of many Indians. Because I keep telling you, 8 out of 10 India population is downright corrupt, mostly morally, ethically bankrupt, pathological liars with exceptional hate crime against humanity, to tellers and sjsrana. That's why you don't see people following me. Have you seen any Indian people following me on my YouTube, on my Facebook, or my other accounts? Now Facebook is suspended, but any other accounts you'll never find them. Why? Because they fear the truth. Why would they follow me? They have a follower. They have already a guru, which India has already accepted as a guru, is Gurmat Ram Rahim. So Gurmat Ram Rahim, who is a convict of rape of at least two disciples, but there were many hundreds others, which the females didn't have guts to come forward because of the terrorism, to report that yes, he has raped or he has molested. But that's how it runs in India. You can find people like Gurmat Ram Rahim, millions of Indian followers, but the saints and the true people, you will not find them as a followers. That's what India is, folks. You have to look all around. So another topic on the world stage, which is currently running November 9th, 2024, is the dispute between the Canada government and the India government. Basically, the Canada government has labeled India government as basically sponsoring violence campaign in Canada, and they have credible evidence. Also, they have I-7 intelligence. So the leadership of India is basically now running away or hiding away here and there, because they cannot challenge the I-7 intelligence. And Canada, especially the PM Trudeau, has directly labeled Amit Shah government, Amit Shah, which is a union minister in India, and also the criminal cronies, diplomats networking in Canada for deploying the criminal cronies and agents, and also the plan to kill and murder the Canadian citizen. So Canada government has directly labeled India government behind the scene running the campaign of violence in Canada, and basically hiring hitmen. Yep, the India government has been directly labeled by US as well as by Canada that they're hiring hitmen to kill people, to kill the Canadian citizen and to kill US citizen. So you can understand what kind of double standards India is following. On the one side, they display the Modi face as a old gentleman who is basically vouching for peace and yoga across the world. On the other hand, the double face of India is basically running criminal campaign in US and the Canada. Even the FBI agents of the US has labeled India government directly responsible for hiring a hitman to kill a US citizen. So the Canada government has already indicted a lot of India agents, secret agents. They've already have a charge sheet who had been planning to plot murder against the Canada citizen, because the murder had already been committed. So Canada and US are pursuing India. They want India to cooperate in the investigation, but India, as you know, is belligerent. When it comes to, it's a double standard gameplay. When it comes to their own bad karma, bad deeds, they hide away, they run away, or they shy away. But when it comes to label Pakistan or anyone else in the nation as they are sponsor of terrorism, they are on the forefronts. So that's good for India because they want to sell the snake's oil, and it has been selling for last many years, 77 years or so, and they have been successful in selling the snake's oil. But folks, the thing is that they have to be having clear conscience. They must take responsibility on both ends. If they find Pakistan guilty in some terror operatives, let's say they have, then obviously they run through the courts, and the judges will describe the law of the land. But if India government is caught running the same criminal networking or a terrorist organization support in foreign nations like in Canada and US, or hiring a hitman, then also it must run through courts. So there is no doubt that the US and the Canada government can run a subpoena. Yep, they can subpoena the Indian diplomats or Indian ministers based on the credible evidence. And that's what is running across the world, folks. People are hiring hitmen across the world and killing people and leaders of other nation. And this terrorism has to stop. This is called state-sponsored terrorism. So recently, on a big topic of Trump, I have read this 26-page documents I'm sharing with you. Glimpses, tidbits of it. It's already available on the website, which I'm going to display later on. Already the FBI and the Southern District of New York has been running this trial and have basically arrested the person uh, named as Farhad, who has been labeled in it, running as a agent to ploy against assassination of Trump. So this debate is big. I'm just going to give you a glimpse of what I think and what I feel and what I see from my side and what the world is presenting to you. So as you can see, the many arms and the guns possessed and used for this trial has been under the evidence, and you can see this 26-page document has been signed, and Southern District of New York has been following this document. Now the person named Farhad has been named in it again and again, that he was basically agent of Iran. That's the claim in this statement, that he was an agent from Iran who had basically run the assassination plot against Donald Trump, who will now become president in 2025. Now, my question to you folks is that if Iran had that plan, then why would it try to kill or ploy or assassinate Donald Trump, who was yet to be fighting for election? He has not become a president. He has yet to fight for election. The results were not known to the world. Why would they have interest in killing Trump alone? Why would they not have interest in killing the running administration? If some nation has to ploy or plot assassination attempt, it will be of the running administration, folks, right? Why it would have a ploy against Donald Trump? That's my question. So that's the open question which world has to answer, and there are a lot of intelligence. I7, I5 intelligence will also have the discussion. We'll also try to resolve who was basically behind the ploy attempt to kill or to assassinate the former president then, which is Donald Trump. Now we already know officially after November 5th, Donald Trump has become the president officially, but he has to take the Oval Office and the seat. So that sort of thing, it's called transition, which is ongoing, and it's going to be around 40 or 50 days or so, where the Biden administration officially will hand over the Oval Office, the White House, to the next president, 47th president of the U.S. So as you can read this document presented by FBI to the Southern Court District of New York, and the Attorney General is going to run this case, and they are labeling Iran hand behind the assassination ploy or plot for Donald Trump. And the question still lingers on, which you have to answer, that why they would kill a former president who was not announced president, or who was not known that he'll win the elections. Why would they kill that person from Iran? Why would they not also attempt the same assassination ploy against, let's say, running administration, Kamala Harris or Biden? Why there was no attempt? That's the open question, folks. But I have given you the answer already on November 5th and 6th, that why assassination ploy against Donald Trump was done. I still stand by it. The major forces behind it is not external but more internal in the US. That's my first indication to you. Second is, already on September 4th, 2024, with the open interview with the Friedman, who was a journalist, who asked like what he would do if he will win elections. Will he expose the Jeffrey Epstein, the pedophile of the U.S., very popular, very defamed, and who died in mysterious circumstances in the U.S. jail, NY federal prison. So the question lingers from there on, and I have already indicated that the assassinate attempt on Donald Trump has come after that, basically from the Epstein Clan, because he had proclaimed that he's going to expose all the list, the daily diary list of those entering the pedophile island, the real estate. So whenever a real estate is running a sex trafficking, I have already been telling you around my neighborhood sex trafficking past 1 year, the real estate owners maintain a daily diary, that who has raped which female, who has touched which female, or groped her, or raped her, or molested her. They maintain a diary. If they are making some villa as a sex trafficking villa, where the females will be stored, basically, then they maintain a diary that which pedophile, which predator has raped that female, or has molested, or has sexually abused that female. They have a diary log, and that log is very important. So whenever there is investigation by cops or Indian state authorities or foreign state authorities, or let's say for Epstein, then they will run through that log. So there were 2-3 logs which were maintained at Epstein Pedophile Island Real Estate, which were, one was the internal log of, or the log of Epstein, who used to maintain a diary. Then there is a CCTV. Then third, there is a ingoing outgoing flights log. Yep, the flights were there. Ingoing and outgoing flights log is already there, and this is a very major log, which is basically more true in nature, because the flights, incoming, outgoing flights to the pedophile islands cannot be disrupted, cannot be basically corrupted easily. That flight log goes across the U.S. So that is the log which Donald Trump on September 4 openly proclaimed that he is going to expose that list. He is going to present the list to the U.S. citizens after he wins the election, and which he has won. Anytime he can expose that list now. Already upon us. Hashtag MAY 2025 END have already predicted. So you will see when it happens, because I always predict year ago. So you have seen in past my 8-9 years of predictions. It is for the betterment of humanity. So now coming back to topic of US election. So in this U.S. election, we saw a lot of surprises. A lot of swing states, have turned red, and it was not expected from Kamala. Neither was it expected from Democrats. Biden already has given up the baton to Kamala. So we have nothing to say on Biden because he's basically cited long before, and he should feel blessed. He should be blessed. He is not in the part of U.S. election. So earlier he was having a narrow heart or down heart, and he was not up spirit. But I did write my email, and I told him that this is good for you because what is about to come, you will have no idea. Trump will have a landslide victory, and Trump is poised to take back because one thing in Trump from 2016 when he became president of the US was always there after he lost in 2020, which was quite a narrow loss. But I know and we know and the world knows there were a lot of things which are behind the scenes. And Trump knew it then that I could have never lost, but I lost. And he was aware what was going on. I I kind of sensed it. I told it, there could be a lot of things going around, lot of monkey business, but I don't want to divulge anything more because that was end of episode after the 117th Congress of the U.S. Decided, and they said no, Democrats have won, and it's legit, and the legit president of U.S. is Biden. So once the Congress decided it, and I said, okay, I'm going to be silent now because nothing more to say. I'm here to help humanity, not to sow seeds of disparity or sort of things which are going to create violence or take away the peace. So, folks. Right now, as we speak, I'm part in duty partial for that is because if the humanity has to survive forward, has to go forward, they have to pick the right people. And if the people who know future, who have some idea or who are basically close to saints or God, spirituality, you call it oneness or singularity of the universe, then it's their duty to keep speaking, to at least let people know what is right and wrong. That's their duty. You cannot be silent in the world and say, I am loving God, I am a spiritual person, I don't tell you what's going on. No. The spiritual person are duty bound to speak about what is right, what is wrong, and to guide the humanity. That's their duty point. They're duty bound. What did Christ do? What did Moses do? What did Shri Krishna do? What did Guru Nanak do? These all people were doing one thing. They were spreading truth. They were spreading peace. They were spreading peace. They were spreading love towards the humanity, and they were doing it by reaching each and every person. They didn't remain silent. They didn't sit inside the house. Right now, what we have is the internet age, and in this age, people don't need to walk around. They can just have their portal, or they can just have, just like what I'm doing. They can have their portal. They can open up their channel and at least spread their thoughts. Their thoughts will be heard by millions of people, and that's how they'll come to know what humanity is going forward with. So people who are saints, people who are godly, people who are spiritual, they have a duty bound in current age, the age which is going to end, which is Kali Yuga, which is about to end. They are duty bound to tell people, to inform what is going on, what is right, what is wrong for you. Whether they like it or not, that's not our duty. Our duty is to tell them what is right and wrong. What lies in a front of you could be a gorge where you could fall down, or it could be a good road. So who is going to tell? You have to act like a lighthouse. Okay, folks? Saints, innocent people, the saintly people, godly people have to act like lighthouse. And mind it, once you become lighthouse or you're telling the truth in this current age, mostly you will be basically your image will be tarnished, or there'll be a lot of backbiters. There are going to be a lot of people who are going to frown on you. There are a lot of people who are going to get enraged. Yep, if you are speaking truth or if you're telling the truth in this current age, you will be backlashed. So mind it, it's not very easy to do it. So okay, folks, I'm giving you a snapshot on your view screen. You can see this is my email I'm sharing, which was basically originally written on September 4th, 2024 at about 11:05 a.m., which is GMT plus 5:30. So it was on September 4th. I wrote this where finding out the recent interview with so on September 4th, his interview with Lex Fridman, Trump has basically spoken and outspoken on a lot of topics, but basically they were more converged on the topic of Epstein and the files of Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, as you are aware, the pedophile who has been running the sex trafficking of minor girls, and a pedophile island, which you are all aware, on the off coast of New York. And the pedophile island was very much popular for transporting, trafficking, minor girls and Jeffrey Epstein and his clout, big clout, and a lot of people who were basically participating in a lot of bad deeds, evil deeds. I don't want to say it all over here, but yeah, a lot of minor girls, females were exploited, traded, trafficked, and made a pleasure object, sex object for a lot of powerful males, powerful predators. So there's a complete list, which is a diary known as a diary of a pedophile island of Jeffrey Epstein, also his real estate. Basically, I'm labeling the real estate, which was having a diary, a list, which used to contain all the names who came in, who came out. So anytime some real estate is running sex trafficking or trafficking females, anywhere, they'll have a house or a villa. In a villa, they will have the females come in, and they will maintain a diary who's coming in and coming out. So that diary is very important. The daily diary, which is having who came in, who came out, who had sex with what female, or who raped who female. So this diary of a real estate is very important, or you can say the logbook of the real estate. Whosoever is managing that real estate, it's very important that these people are aware of that, and this daily diary has all the information. And Trump vowed on September 4th with the Friedman that if he is elected as U.S. president, he is going to have the list released, the diary names released. All those powerful people, predators who had enjoyed sex or forceful sex or exploited females, trafficked females, minor girls, they enjoyed daily. The names will be released. That's what Trump promised, and that was quite a bizarre statement from Trump. And I think that also went through the deep psyche of US citizens, that somebody's taking that part. Kamala Harris didn't do it. Kamala Harris was in power. Joe Biden was in power. He didn't do it. He was president. He didn't say that he's going to release the names of all the daily diary of the powerful people, predators who were enjoying females daily and nightly. So the same sex trafficking of real estate I've told you, around my neighborhood was running the same sex trafficking for past 1 year. From 2023 to 2024, they have a daily diary. They have also have a diary of that villa where the females were stored, or they were told that you wait here and some predator, racist faces, rapist will come and rape you. Obviously, they didn't say it directly like that. They said, "Oh no, we will have you meet good people, this and that," and what be shit they had in India. So around my neighborhood, always this happens. Wherever I go, state-sponsored terrorism is acting like a sex trafficking agency. Yep, there's the best sex trafficking people, which is state-sponsored terrorism. You know what I'm talking about, India. So these people are also best in sex trafficking females. Around my neighborhood, they're sex trafficking a female, and some racist, maybe renegade government official will come and rape the female, and they'll terrorize the female, and they'll say you cannot meet the original personality sjsrana because this is democracy of India. Yep, the democracy of India can hijack innocent saints and their females or whatnot under state-sponsored terrorism. So, which is now quite evident. It is exposed. Canada has exposed completely the India. It has set India to a naked, you can say a naked mask. So they don't have mask anymore of divinity. The divinity mask of India is taken off by Canada, and I7 intelligence, I5 intelligence, Dole is running around. So you will not see Dole around. He is hiding somewhere because his agenda has been exposed. His racist, fascist agenda has been exposed. Dole has been embracing Putin recently. Now he is hiding because Canada is exposing. Dole is nowhere contesting directly the Canada government I7 intelligence. Dole intelligence is like a dirty intelligence. These people are racist, fascist, and they have a different agenda and mindset, and they don't follow the path of truth. That's why Dole of India intelligence doesn't confront I7, I5 intelligence, folks. So, folks, this is why Donald Trump was very important, and I have marked from September 4, 2024, Donald Trump, and that's why I favored him to become president. The only reason is I have told you, and you can see my emails, I have always said that it will be better he is becoming president because he is going to unravel those Epstein list and those dark devils, those predators, pedophiles who have been raping females, minor girls around in that real estate of pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. And Donald Trump dared to say that openly. You can understand what kind of lionheart Donald Trump is having to say that. It takes lionheart, and that's why he had to take bullets. Now you'll ask why there was assassination attempts on Donald Trump. I knew it. I told you it is because of he said openly that he's going to expose the pedophiles, powerful predators who were in uh, real estate, pedophile island, Jeffrey Epstein. Yep. So, folks, Jeffrey Epstein, the pedophile who died under mysterious circumstances in federal prison in NY, New York, as you're well aware. And as you know, I've been always following the predator pedophile, and he died in mysterious circumstances. That was in NY federal prison. So, and I was reporting on him a lot, and I was telling that he will not see the sunlight, and that's how it happened. But because recently on September 4th, Donald Trump has promised and assured that once he becomes president, he's elected in 2024, he's going to reveal all the names. He'll make sure that all the pedophiles, perverts who were raping females, minor girls, will get justice. So for that retaliations, you can see Donald Trump was assassinated twice, and some powerful predators who are out there in US are basically attempting to assassinate Donald Trump after he made this statement. And that's why I'm telling you, the intelligence I gather is sitting alone, a meeting with no people but spirituality with connection with God. I gather all this intelligence, which the India imposters, beggars around my neighborhood, racists, fascists, rapists, state-sponsored terrorism, beggars grabbing visas will not tell you what is going around the world, because they are only beggars. They'll beg, they'll rape females, and they're racist, fascist mindset. And they have their own team. They have their own, you can say, what they call the clan. Yep, it's the Nexus clan with state-sponsored terrorism together. So they will never praise me. They will never come. They will never even talk about truth because they don't want to follow truth. And around my real estate, wherever I'm living, you are aware, there was a villa which was kept for racist, fascist devils of India to come and rape. So same real estate pedophile island is now popular in Jaipur also in India. You know what I'm talking about. I'll not speak directly because then they're going to implicate me in false cases. Already state-sponsored terrorism of India is trying to implicate me in false cases. In false case, some or the other. That's what they are trying now. Because of my limited scope of reaching people, they know they can implicate me anytime. As you can see, the result outcome of Trump releasing his statement, he had to face two assassination attempt. Same is with me, because Trump has the greater outreach, obviously, because he's being former president. I don't. I'm just a person who just liked my isolation. I don't want to talk with a lot of people in India. I'm not a PR person, because I don't want to avoid them. So, folks, that's what happens in US. As you can see, once he said on September 4th, he's going to release the names of all the powerful predators of the US who were visiting the pedophile island, Jeffrey Epstein, real estate. You know what happened. So if I tell you upfront and straight all these things, you know what state-sponsored terrorism of India is going to do to me, because they were in my neighborhood villas where they were capturing, hijacking, terrorizing females daily from 2023 onwards to 2024, and running metaphor moron games to rape female, grab them, run, rape, and they will run. After grabbing a female, raping a female, they'll run. They'll grab the female and run. They will vanish like devil, because devil doesn't want to stay there. And other racist faces rapists were basically, you can say, resident evils. They were resident evils. They were playing impersonator part, and they were the beggars who would come, and they are the most abundantly available visible beggars of India. Yep, you know what I'm talking about around my neighborhood. They are most abundantly available visible beggars. They'll come and beg for international visa, for car, just like street beggars beg. When you are in India, beggars will follow you all across. These were the people around.